A teacher isn't just someone who stands in front of a classroom. A teacher is anyone who lights a candle when the world feels dark. They can come from anywhere, even from anime. And through their stories, we learn something far more important than grades or success. We learn how to live. Today, let's talk about 5 of the greatest teachers in anime and the timeless lessons they teach about strength, growth, and humanity. 1. Onizuka, great teacher Onizuka. Eikichi Onizuka is not your typical teacher. He's a former gangster, reckless, flawed, and loud. But that's exactly what makes him real. Onizuka teaches us that a true teacher doesn't have to be perfect. They just have to care. He doesn't see his students as grades or problems, but as human beings trying to survive life. One of his quotes says, "Being a teacher isn't about teaching lessons, it's about teaching life." Psychologically, Onizuka embodies emotional safety and trust. He understands that a broken student doesn't need lectures. They need someone who still believes they can change. 2. Koro-sensei, Assassination Classroom. Koro-sensei may look like a giant yellow octopus, but he's the purest symbol of unconditional love. He knows his time is limited, yet he spends every remaining moment helping his students discover their worth. Don't fear failure. Fear giving up on becoming better. In psychological terms, Koro-sensei represents self-transcendence, the idea that the purpose of life isn't just to live for yourself, but to leave something meaningful behind. He reminds us that teaching is an act of love, because knowledge doesn't die, it lives on through those we teach. 3. Jiraiya, Naruto. If Onizuka and Koro-sensei are symbols of dedication, then Jiraiya is the symbol of meaningful failure. He failed to save his students. He failed in love. He failed in his dream. And yet, he never stopped believing. A real ninja never gives up, even when they know how the story ends. Jiraiya represents resilience. He shows us that pain doesn't end a person, it deepens them. Those who've fallen and risen again see the world with more empathy, more understanding, and more strength. 4. Gojo Satoru, Jujutsu Kaisen. Gojo Satoru, the most powerful sorcerer, confident and playful. But beneath his humor lies a serious truth. A teacher's job isn't to protect students from the world, it's to prepare them for it. He doesn't shelter his students from danger, he equips them to face it. Psychologically, Gojo embodies empowerment. Love to him isn't control, it's trust. The best teachers aren't the ones who hold your hand forever, but the ones who believe you can stand on your own. 5. Master Roshi, Dragon Ball. Finally, Master Roshi. Goofy, perverted, and often the comic relief. But behind all that is a man of deep peace. True strength doesn't come from muscle, it comes from a calm heart. He shows us that wisdom isn't born from victory, but from awareness. The understanding that you don't need to be the strongest, you just need to be at peace with who you are. Each of these teachers is different, but there's one truth they all share. They teach with their hearts, not just their minds. And maybe that's the lesson we all need. You don't need a title or a classroom to be a teacher. You teach every time you listen, every time you understand, and every time you choose kindness over judgment. Because in the end, the best teachers aren't the ones who make us afraid to fail, they're the ones who make us brave enough to try.